shift in priorities. That's what 45-year-old Mark Burgell is all about. Just 5 years ago, Burgell was a full-time professor at American University when he decided to devote his life to building his own nonprofit in Bethesda, Maryland. Its name? A Wider Circle. Its mission? Ending poverty in the D.C. region. Its roots? Grassroots, humble, and always on the up and up.
Well, I wrote a check for $200 for the organization after a friend of mine helped me incorporate and write the bylaws. And I set up my home to be a little bit of an office, and I put the word out that I was going to start a nonprofit organization. And then 6 students from American University wrote back. They heard through a listserv that an organization was starting, and 4 of them had been in a class of mine, and they said, hey, we want to work on your nonprofit with you. And that's how it started. So it really was the energy of students that helped propel this thing.
Today, Burgell's Army consists of a variety of volunteers, but students on internships continue to make up a large part of his staff. Rachel Wise, a 22-year-old senior at American, is one of those interns. She joined up in January and says she found Burgell's attitude instantly contagious.
He's very able to motivate people to want to work harder and want to work more, and when you see his drive and dedication, it really makes you want to commit more to working towards ending poverty, because you can see how much he's putting into it, so you want to kind of mirror that.
Rachel is involved in a Wider Circle's Neighbor to Neighbor program, which works to furnish homes for those in need. Twice a week, she drives a moving truck to donors' homes, and with the help of 1 or more volunteers, loads up items ranging from couches to dressers to beds.
We don't take clothes, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of the other nonprofits don't take beds, so we're unique in that aspect.
Donors, like Fran Goldman of Northwest D.C., cite the uniqueness of the program as one of its major attractions.
There's not a lot of places that will come and pick up your furniture. And if it's something I don't need anymore, and I've used it, I feel like I've gotten my use out of it, then I'm very happy to make it as a donation as opposed to sell it.
For others, like Andrea Margit of Silver Spring, Maryland, the desire to donate items to her less fortunate neighbors is a more personal one.
I'm from Brazil. I'm from a poor country, so I know what it is to be poor. My family is poor, so I know what it is to need items like this. So I'm happy to give them to people who need them.
Before a Wider Circle, Burgell said he was sickened to find similar third world conditions existing in his own home of D.C. In prior volunteer work, he found a deep divide between the living conditions of he and so many others living in the nation's capital.
For many people in this area, you want to go out and you want to buy something new, you just go buy it. 2 different worlds at least, and the gap between the two growing so kind of tragically that I remember the first day I did it, I just pulled over on the side of the road and said, this is it. I can't keep living in an area seeing this and not do something more about it.
His answer was to offer a place where people could pick up the necessary living items for free. That place currently sits at Extra Space Storage on River Road, a facility that houses a myriad of items, categorized and ready for pickup. Under the dim lights of this room, lives like that of Donnell Harris are changed.
Mark, this is Donnell. Thanking you. I'm very grateful for the program. I think it's a great program helping families out in need. Lots of options in there, and the people are really friendly, kind, generous, and I'm grateful for the program.
Donnell is just another addition into Burgell's Wider Circle, a company name with much meaning.
We restrict kind of our compassion to those few nearest us. Einstein said it this way. He said an individual perceives him or herself as kind of individual separate from the rest, and that we restrict our compassion to those few nearest us, and that's a prison, and our task must be to free ourselves from this prison by widening our circles of compassion. So a wider circle comes from that quote by Einstein. This work is prayer. It's just, love is a verb. It's not something that you say you care about someone and then you say it's sad that they're not living better, and that's the end of it. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you say you care about.
For Burgell, talk is cheap, but furnishing a home in need, now that's priceless. Reporting from Bethesda, Maryland, I'm Jason Fraley, UMD News.